Hi everyone, I am Ketra. We are going to do a collective reading today, and the intention of this reading is courage. So this would be step 4 in spiritual recovery. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use oracle cards to kind of check in where you're at on your soul's path. And then we're going to use tarot for a collective read of where you're at and how we could apply step 4 into your life. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and for sharing my channel. We're going to start with the Akashic Soul Records Oracle. We're just going to dive right in. I hope everyone's doing great. But I really wanted to get this message out today, courage. It's what it takes to gain insight of oneself, to gain clarity about your emotions and behaviors and patterns. It is facing your fears and looking within without judgment. So that is the intention of the messages and the reading today. So where are we at with our soul's path? We cannot take that many cards at once, so let's do that again. Let's slow down a little bit. The energy is really high today. It's been a fantastic day. I'm really happy to do these videos for you guys. All right, so opening. You are opening to new levels of wholeness. A doorway is appearing within you. Step through with a heart willing to receive. We're just going to take that one message and we're going to really take it deep. So step 4 is really opening up yourself, to the divine, to God, whatever you resonate with. It's really looking within and getting that insight into yourself, into the why. Why do you have these patterns? Why do you have these behaviors? It's really making, or something that I wrote down, it's really making that connection to yourself to figure out the whys. So this is the Akashic Soul Records Oracle opening message. We are also going to use the Mystic Forest Oracle, and then we're also going to use Path of Light Oracle. Opening. This is the opening for you. Wow. So I just keep hearing, are you willing to step in? Are you willing to take the steps that will literally change your life? Heart path. It's not worth pursuing a path without passion. This road will only lead you to uncertainty and frustration. Follow your heart and you can't go wrong. That is a fantastic message for step 4, because if you can find the strength and find the courage to take the spiritual steps to sobriety, to take the spiritual steps to healing, you can't go wrong. You're going to find things out about yourself, and you're going to be able to have that opportunity to find out the whys. Why do I have certain behaviors? Why do I have certain patterns? And how can I make a change? So Path of Light, authenticity. I embrace my authentic self, free from the need for approval or validation. I express my truth openly and courageously. I kid you not, it says courageously, knowing that my authenticity is my greatest gift. Through being true to myself, I inspire others to do the same. It's like I literally hear my guide saying, "Aw," because this is it. This is the step that we take where we can be our true, authentic self, not judging ourselves, just looking at the patterns and looking at the behaviors, being courageous enough to do that. That is so freeing, because no judgment on yourself. I literally wrote down looking within without judgment of self, because that's what it takes when you get to do this step. You're not judging yourself. You're just looking at the patterns so that you can connect with the divine and connect with God to find those solutions. So we are going to go ahead and start with, the tarot. I invite you to sit back, relax, take a nice deep breath so that you can center with yourself. I realize I didn't say that yet at the beginning of this video. I just kind of dived right in. So we're going to slow it down for just a moment so that you can connect with your higher self, so that you can get the messages you're meant to receive today. So, courage, step 4. So show me where they're at. So card number 1 is going to be basically like your current energy right now. Hi, this is the High Priestess. And so the High Priestess is a card of so many things. But she's really holding knowledge. She's holding the information that you need to move forward. So what that is saying is that you're holding the key. You have the keys to unlock the potential of your future if you continue to progress through the steps of spiritual recovery, spiritual sobriety. It will align you with your soul's path. So you are the key. You literally hold the key to your destiny right now. So, what is your challenge right now? I'm so glad she came out. And if you look at the card, there is no ceiling on this card. She does not have a ceiling because she is limitless. And so what this tells me to tell you is that understand that you are you are limitless. I was going to say literally limitless. Because it's true, you really, really, really are. Once you do the work that it takes to go through the steps, once you find that courage to step forward and say, this is me, this is my past, these were my patterns, these are my shadows, working through my shadows to get to my light, to my soul's path. So what is your challenge or obstacle right now? You got to be kidding me. The Hierophant. So your challenge and your I want to say your strength right now is what you're learning. You're learning about yourself. You've had now the courage to step forward and say, I have the courage to learn about the whys, the why I had those behaviors, the why I did the things that I did. So that is your challenge right now. So you are being guided to learn as much as you can. Reach out to those that are like-minded around you for help or assistance. I, myself, am on that continued spiritual path to recovery. So if you need any help or any guidance, if you want a one-on-one reading with me, that's great. There's going to be a link in the description. You can click on there and we can do a one-on-one reading. But if you're on that path to sobriety and you need a little help, just leave me a comment or send me an email and we can talk, we can connect, we can help each other on our soul's path. So we're going to dip a little bit into your past just to take a look at where you've been. So you have the Ace of Swords and you have the Judgment. I knew the Judgment card was going to come out. I literally wrote it down. I'm like, I know I'm going to see that card. So in your past, you have been searching for that clarity of the whys. You have been wanting to start anew, and you've probably started again and again and again and again. And now you're at that point where you have found the courage that you need to move forward because you heard the call. So let me show you these two cards. So this is you really wanting to have that clarity of the why. And this is you listening to your higher self calling to that moment of judgment, that moment of, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to move forward. I need to have the sobriety and that peace in my life. Typically, I need to, they say, fill the God-sized hole or the divine-sized hole, whatever you resonate with. We're going to now look at your future. We're going to get a couple of cards from your future self. Wow. So you did have a tower moment to get to this point. You had a tower moment because here it is. You had the tower moment that led you to want to work on that one thing. So this is the Star card. So what is it, that one thing? What was it that made it to where you were like, okay, this is time. I'm hearing the call. My soul is trying to reach me. What was it that made it to where you had this tower moment and now you have the Star? So a tower moment is, I think, fantastic in the way that you can look at it of, this is why I made the change. This is what happened. And I know now that I need to focus on one thing. You need to focus on your connection to God, to the divine, to your soul's path. That's where your focus is. And how do you do that? You have the courage to change. You have the courage to go beyond what you thought you could do. And the way that you do that is you have to dig deep. You have to dig into yourself to figure out what it is that was causing the chaos and the dismay and all of the uncertainty that you had in your life. You figure out how to be your authentic self. You follow your heart and the door opens. The door literally opens. We're going to look at card number 5, which is root cause, where it comes from. So where are you finding that passion? Where are you finding that drive? Where is that coming from? Two of Cups. And for me, this means that where it came from for you really literally is your soul. I say literally too many times. It is from your soul. It is your soul calling to you. So in this card, I always say this is like your higher self, your angels, your guides that are trying to communicate with you on a level that's just that bonding level that like, look, let's do this. We can do this together. So that is great. I love that for you. If you felt that connection to something, but you didn't know what it was, but you know you needed it, that is the divine. That is God trying to get to you in a way that maybe they weren't able to get to you before. And now you're being asked to step up and have the courage to do the work, the inner work, the, how do I want to say it, to tap into the clarity of your emotions, like why, all of the whys. It's just all of the whys. We're going to look at card 6, which is best course of action, advice from above, the advice from your, wow. Did you see that? This is the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is you moving forward on your soul's path. The 2 of Wands is the card that comes before this. And that's when you're planning and plotting and trying to figure out how it is that you want to move forward. And the 3 of Wands is you doing it. So so I get it now. So when you have the courage to put the work into step 4, which is really going deep and figuring out the whys, once you do that, it creates that next new moment for you. And then this is it. This is you moving forward on your path. So I love that. My heart just feels so happy for you right now. If this is the path that you're on and you're able to slow down and get in touch and tap in is what I keep feeling. Tap, tap. That's when everything can change because you can see it without judgment on yourself. Don't judge yourself at all. It's what happened. It's your past. You were destined to do those things, but now you're destined for more. You're destined for something even greater than before. So we're just going to do 3 cards of advice. 8 of Swords, don't be in fear. 9 of Pentacles, be kind and loving and abundant to yourself. And the Knight of Cups shows you moving. And it's funny how it's laying down here because it's just when you let go of your fears and you realize the work that you're putting in is going to be able to make it to where everything abundantly flows to you. And then the Knight of Cups is facing the 3 of Wands. It's you going forward. So these are your 3 cards of advice from my guides too. I think it's this way. I don't know. So it was laying down this way. These are your 3 cards of advice. Your 3 cards of advice is let go of any fears. Just go ahead and make that list. Write it all down. Get it up. Get it out. And like I said, if you need any help with anything to do with, sobriety and healing and recovery, anything like that, just feel free to leave me a message, leave a comment, some way that I can get to you and I can help you. But moving forward, just slow and steady, be gentle and kind to your heart. Remember that you're on your heart's path. And remember, follow your heart and you can't go wrong. All right. Well, thank you again so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, for sharing my channel. And until the next video, continue to enjoy the journey and have a great rest of your day.